70 schools in San Antonio with my great court. Every time we get together, every morning we say, this is for the kids, we're here, that's what the scholarships are for, that's why we're here every day in order to make sure we make the day brighter for one kid at school. And if we could just reach out, and make a great day for one kid, then we've done our job. Thank you very much, Raphael Court 74, for being with me through every school. Our message of self-awareness and our message of you can do it! Viva Fiesta! Viva!
My name is Ray Rodriguez. I am the Prime Minister for Raphael 74. In military context, Larry's the general and I get to be his lieutenant. Larry and I met, there's a number of us that met that are on this court together. Probably about 20 years ago, we did some philanthropic work. We used to feed the homeless on Saturday mornings. We all happened to have motorcycles, so we'd get together at Starbucks, have a cup of coffee, go down and do some good work, and then we'd ride the rest of the day and then come back home to our families. Much younger, much thinner, and a lot less gray in our hair. And it's evolved to where we've gone from being very good friends to now, in some ways, being colleagues, because once you do this work, although it's charitable work and it's volunteer work, it's very much like running a corporation. What I'll miss most is just the day-to-day, as tiring as it can be. The adrenaline it creates, the enthusiasm. I mean, last night we had the river parade. I've done this several times. That was probably the greatest experience I've ever had in one of those. So just that, the camaraderie and teamwork. The great thing about this is that once you do this, if you do it right, you have a Fiesta family. You have people for life that are your friends. To serve Larry as a dear friend of mine is also great. So it means the world to me to have the opportunity to have my final experience, if you will, on a court, be in the Prime Minister role, serving Larry and Abby Kurth.
So my name's Delgado Jr. I'm the Advanced Minister. Met Larry when I joined the Consejo organization. I think it's been about 7 years now. Met Abby as well too. Obviously, we have a lot of galas and things that we're a part of. And you know, I've seen Larry. I got to meet him through there. I saw his generosity. I definitely saw the leadership aspect of him as well too. And this gentleman has a big heart. He definitely fills these shoes very well and is a perfect role model for the Raphael organization.
My name is Renee Vasquez and I'm the Reina de la Feria de las Flores. So what I had to do to get the title is I helped Raphael raise money for scholarships, and ever since I think I was probably like 5 or 6, I've known I was gonna do this. I knew I had the title and then I met Larry and we got really close really quickly. He's really easy to talk to. Almost like a father figure. He really does take good care of me, and so does Abby. I think that's one of the greatest things about Larry is he wants to include everybody and give everybody as much attention as they can with Fiesta, so that's really cool. I've gained so many amazing friends and I've met so many amazing people. I guess being part of this court is just like a once-in-a-lifetime thing, and at every single event and at every single Fiesta big like party that I go to, I just think about how this is really a dream come true and not everyone gets to do this, so I'm so lucky.
My name's Gene Williams. I'm the Media Minister for Raphael 74, Larry Kurth. I met Larry for the first time on Military Monday last year. I was a new Consejo, so they got to know me pretty well through that process. I feel like my relationship has been in large way a relationship of support. You know, he's got a lot going on, a lot of responsibility. I think he's done an excellent job. I mean, it's the first court that I've been on. Watching him has been, you know, quite inspiring, I think, for everybody on the court, just to see his energy. And so I've just really come to respect who he is and what he stands for and the message that he's been carrying. It's been a lot of fun to find another outlet towards scholarships and education, which is a big passion of mine. The ability to really invest time and resource and energy into raising money and raising scholarships and carrying a message of education, hoping that we can, you know, have a real meaningful impact, which I think we are for the students of Bexar County. So it means a lot. Hopefully I'll get to do more in the future.
Richard Delgado Jr. I'm the Military Minister for Raphael 74, and what my job entails is everything military and veteran events, contacts that the King may need and the court may need is what I handle. Being around Fiesta several years, you always get to see it and you're like, wow, that'd be amazing. And now to be part of the court and to see kids look up to you and just put that smile on their face. Even adults, I'll throw adults in there too. It's cool to see that too, right? I met the King over lunch. At that same lunch, he's like, hey, I've read about you, I know about you. Do you want to join my court? I mean, spending time with him and his amazing wife, Abby, it really shows their heart. And they've really been impactful throughout the entire community. And you really get to see the servant heart in action. And while I think we will all stay together and we'll all do things after this, just the time that we've spent together is a memory and a moment that I wish would never end. But you know, that old saying, all good things comes to an end. So yeah.
My name is Danny Perez. I'm the sponsorship minister. I've known Larry for about 18 plus years. It's more of a family relationship than a friendship relationship. We spend so much time together that we're a family. It opened my eyes to what Fiesta is really about. Not just the beer drinking and cascaron cracking, fajita taco eating. It's raising money for scholarships and people that care about education and helping grow our society and the future for our kids. This is like that show Big Brother. How the hell we got all of us together and doing things day after day and staying civil with each other. It's pretty cool.
Which one of the members do you think is personally the funniest?
Probably Royce. Royce takes the trophy.
I came back just to say that I think Royce is the funniest person I've probably ever met, but also the funniest person on this court.
My name is Royce Renfro. I'm the transportation minister for Larry Kurth at King 74. Wait just a minute. Sinner, come back in here. Come back into church. Come to the sun. All right, never mind. Sorry. You're going to cut that out, aren't you?
What has surprised you about this court and this experience?
The most surprising part, I guess, is the fact that I could come and do this interview with you with no pants on. What are you laughing at? I met Larry through Fiesta 20-something years ago, in 2007, excuse me, and he's become a dear friend of mine, and we've all just decided to follow a cause that he got into, and we love him like a brother. They'll always be there. As far as this court goes, I've never seen a finer court put together in my life. We got 10 cars that we travel around in, this whole bunch of people. There's gotta be 25, 30 at any given time. I looked at the mileage on the cars, 700 miles about on all of them. That's a full week of work that we've all traveled around together in cars like that. And everybody's still friends and still loves each other, so there you go.
I'm Dr. Damaso Oliva Jr. I am the education minister. Well, I met Larry through my wife 30 years ago. You know, I joined the Consejo and reconnected with Larry. And, you know, it's been a great honor and a privilege that I was chosen to be the education minister. The ability to really connect with all these diverse cultures, ethnicities, people of San Antonio, how you meld together, even all of us being different. The queens and the court members, and you know, you become like this kind of Fiesta family and a court family. I really truly believe that he is the people's king.
I'm Fernando Rocha, and I'm one of the advanced ministers for Larry Kurth's court. I've been in the Consejos for 6 years, and I didn't really know Larry a whole lot, but you know, I knew of him, and he's a great person. And then when I was asked to be on his court, I was excited and looked forward to it. And since then, I will say that I've had a chance to get to know Larry a lot better, and he's just a great human being. Cares about people, cares about us on his court, and is just really a very humble man who really has a huge heart.
My name is Norma Reyes, and I'm the event minister for Larry Kurth, Ray Feo number 74. Fundraising events such as the Candlelight Ball, whatever the king wishes, it's my job to get it done. I met Larry in 2004 when my daughter was Reina Feria de las Flores. And then his daughter became a reina also, and we helped support him in their run, and we helped do a golf tournament for them. Actually, my husband had been after him for some time now. Larry, you're a Fiesta Commission president. You've been helping several different Ray Feos. You really would be a really good Ray Feo. So we had always been behind him since the beginning. Knowing Larry's mission, that education is number one, and that would change a family's life. It changed multiple generations. So it means a lot to us. Our family believes in education. That's what we strive for.
Support yourself and support everybody else in your class and everything you do. That was great. High five. Players, wow.
Larry who? Larry Kurth? Oh, My name is Lori Tips. I am the finance minister for Rayfeo 74, Larry Kurth. My job is to tell everybody we're broke and that we need money. So far it's working great. I'm a Battle of Flowers member, and I think I feel comfortable enough with Larry that yesterday I might have yelled at him a few times during the parade. So I'd say we're pretty close. When Larry and Abby called me last, January, they hadn't started building the court. They wanted me to come on as finance minister, and at the time, Fred and I had a lot of crazy stuff going on, and to the point where I said, I would love to do it, but I'm gonna have to get through a couple of big life things before I can make that decision. And pretty much one of the best decisions I made was joining the court as finance minister and helping raise money for scholarships for the kids. I just want to make it fun, honestly, for Larry. Larry has asked me like 4 times throughout this last 10 days, are you having fun? And I said, yeah. I said, I'm just exhausted and I sound like this because I can't scream anymore. But my biggest concern was I wanted Larry to have fun because he worries about everybody else. Larry is a great guy. Abby is phenomenal. So hopefully we have reunion get-togethers because it'll be nice to keep everybody together.
My name is J.C. Fiorino. I am the night minister. Everywhere Larry goes, I go. I met Larry probably 25 years ago. Found out he rode Harleys like I do. And we started a Circle for Life, which is a rally for motorcycles for Fiesta. All the stuff I do in the community for all the other people is stuff I've learned from Larry. He encouraged me to get out and participate in my community. And ever since then, I've followed his guidance and done so. As with every other court, we end up being friends forever. So, you know, I'll just miss the camaraderie we've had for the last 10 to 11 days. And then the hard work we all did, you know. I don't know what I really miss except for get some sleep.
I'm Jeffrey Weissman. I'm the executive minister for the Rayfeo 74 court. The vibe's been very family oriented. We were a smaller court with only 12 ministers, which meant each person had to take on a lot more work, which has been fulfilling, but also demanding. You know, being that I work in a fairly solitary environment, it gives me the ability to interact with a lot of people and that I truly have grown to love. It was 4 years ago I did the last one, and you need a few years to recover after one of these. I will also say the driving, having a police escort, and being able to roll through red lights and stop signs is a habit that I'm going to have to break very quickly come Sunday night.
My name is Natalie Gomez, La Reina Linda, and my responsibilities are to smile and wave and look pretty, but also to raise $50,000 to go towards our scholarship foundation at the Rayfeo Scholarship Foundation and have fun with the court. Everybody has told me that this experience that you can't understand until you go through it yourself, and I think that's so true. It really has been an incredible experience and certainly unforgettable. I met Larry, the first time I met him was at a fashion show that they were hosting so that he would raise money for Dos Amigos. To be honest, I was a little bit concerned because I was like, hey, he's kind of like my dad's age. Like, it's gonna be like hanging out with my dad all day. But boy, was I wrong. He has been so cool, always joking around.
Was there any funny stories or incidents that you can share without getting anybody arrested?
Right, yeah. You know, we've been a pretty tame court compared to other courts, so I've heard. But man, we just have so much fun together. Everybody's a really good sport about things. Especially Larry. I mean, Larry, take for example at the King William Fair, I think he had this bright idea of putting confetti in his mouth and wanted to get like a good shot of him spitting out the confetti, but instead it just got all caught in his mouth. So then he spent about a quarter of a mile walking, waving to folks, trying to get this moist confetti out of his mouth. So I mean, that's the kind of stuff that we deal with here on Rayfeo 74 court.
My name is Abby Kurth. I'm the royal consort, and my job, I guess, is to make sure that Larry would eat and sleep and do the things he needed to during Fiesta. Those that have been around him know that he's very kind and generous. They saw how inclusive he was, and I was very proud of him for that he gave everybody their due. It's not an ego thing for him. He really wanted everybody to participate. You know, I think that's always been something we both have realized, that, you know, when you've been given a lot, you need to give a lot to the community. And why be here on earth if you're not doing something positive and helping other people? I was glad that we were the People's King, and I was very proud of the places that we went, you know, being the first in the Martin Luther King March. But it was so neat to go to these humble schools and bring along with us these very successful alumni. See, kids, this is what you could be. Or see, teachers, this is what you're teaching. He was always meant to be Ray Feo. He's been involved in that organization for 15 years, and people already thought he was Ray Feo, and he wasn't. But 5 years ago, he had throat cancer. And so, you know, lost 60 pounds. It was quite a struggle. It begins to get you thinking about, I guess, what's my legacy or what am I going to leave behind? So that was, I think, one impetus that really pushed him towards finally doing the Ray Feo. Back in October, we got together at a restaurant, and I was like, now who is that and who is that? I didn't know who the people were. And that's the neat thing about Fiesta. You get to know people you never would all across the city. It just really brings people together. After everything was over, we were up on the rooftop, and somebody looked around at the camaraderie and said, this is what it's about. But, you know, there'll be things throughout the year, and you know, it's just the kind of thing that you are friends for life. Fiesta friends for life.
I would say that my dad is pretty much born to do this kind of thing. He's an all-around Fiesta guy, an all-around community guy, and it really shows in this kind of role. So I'm just really happy for him that he finally had the chance to do it. He's a very lovable king, and he's doing a lot of good and touching a lot of people in the process. So I'm really happy for him, really proud of him.
Obviously extremely proud of my dad right now. He is like truly the people's king. Like all they have to say is like how hilarious my dad is, like how fun he's made this entire experience. He's an amazing guy. I feel lucky to be related to him, and I'll see you, Ray Feo, 2059.